Ladies and gents, how's it going? Welcome back to another Sunday breakdown. Although this Sunday was quite some time ago, the Hungarian Grand Prix, I am still determined to finish off all these episodes and get through all the breakdowns that we have for this season, which is quite a lot. And we do have a lot to cover for those of you who didn't catch the race or maybe want a refresher on that. So that's where we have it. It's pretty fun and interesting race, I have to say. Um, Timeless, I think, when you think about everyone that had some accomplishment during this race and the next one in the Belgium Grand Prix. So it's pretty cool stuff. I hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, leave a like on the video, consider subscribing, and without any further ado, let's get into it. All right then, the Hungarian Grand Prix. Going into this race weekend, we had some pretty close racing. Previously, the championship deciders were pretty close, and it was pretty important that this race be significant for anyone, and it definitely was. If you wanna, once we get to the race results, we have some extra points from certain people and lack thereof from others. So it was pretty interesting. But as always, we start off with free practice, which I gotta say, not always so interesting, but we're still gonna run through it nonetheless. One thing that we did have, number 88, Robert Kubica, back in the Alfa Romeo there this weekend, driving in place of Kimi Räikkönen. So Kubica finished 18th. Not too bad, not too shabby for a man that hops in the car once in a while. Giovinazzi goes last with a 121.889, 4.3 seconds off the pace of Verstappen in number one. Mazepin goes 19th. Kubica, as I said, 18th. Schumacher, 17th. Latifi, 16th. Russell, 15th. Daniel Ricciardo, 14th. Sebastian Vettel, 13th. Yuki Tsunoda, 12th. Esteban Ocon, 11th. Lance Stroll, 10th. Norris, 9th. Perez, 8th. Leclerc, 7th. Alonso, 6th. Gasly, 5th. Sainz, 4th. Hamilton going third fastest with a 117.722, only 1/10 off the pace of Bottas and Verstappen, both setting very nice 117.6 and 117.555 respectively. Very fast lap times. If you look at qualifying, it will be even faster. To get out of Q1, you just have to set a below a 117 flat, which is just absolute crazy. So it does get pretty fast here at the circuit, and pole times do ramp up. Now, moving on to Q2, the Friday before everything starts happening. Mazepin going 20th fastest, Giovinazzi 19th, Schumacher 18th, Yuki Tsunoda 17th, Nicholas TV 16th, George Russell 15th, Kimi back in the car, placing 14th there. We moving up, Ricciardo 13th, Sainz 12th fastest, Leclerc, his brother Ferrari going 11th, Lance Stroll 10th, keeping it close with the pack. Norris 9th, Vettel 8th, Alonso 7th, Gasly 6th, Perez 5th, Ocon showing some pace. And showing that he's acclimated with the track, I guess you could say, going 4th fastest. Verstappen 3rd, Hamilton 2nd, Bottas 1st. Before I move on into Saturday, all this stuff is relatively important because you have these guys going a little bit slower, but still showing their pace and still showing their understanding of a track. To go slow on a track and do it right with all the turns, and then being able to translate that into the qualifying, I guess is kind of important, and it gives you a rough estimate of where these guys are going to be. Obviously, if they do something a little bit different in free practice, it's It's not going to be the result they want in the race, but it gives you just an idea where these guys are going to be. Obviously, we all have preconceived notions that Nicholas Latifi isn't going to go number one, or George Russell's not going to get a podium this season. Stay tuned for next time to talk about that one. But yeah, Nikita Mazepin goes last here in right before qualifying. Mick Schumacher in 19th, Giovinazzi 18th, Latifi 17th, George Russell 16th, Kimi Räikkönen 15th, Yuki Tsunoda 14th, Sebastian Vettel, I don't know why I forgot his first name for a second, Vettel going 13th, Esteban Ocon 12th, Pierre Gasly 11th, Lance Stroll keeping it 10th. Is that 10 all around? 10 all around. Man, consistent. Consistency is key, as we learned from Russell's presentation. Alonso goes 9th, Daniel Ricciardo goes 8th, Perez goes 7th, Norris 6th, Leclerc 5th, Sainz 4th. Again, the Ferraris staying pretty tight together, going in a pair. Bottas 3rd, Verstappen splits up the Mercedes, going 2nd with the 116.914, and then Hamilton taking the first fastest for quali. Now qualifying, interesting here. Schumacher didn't qualify, so he would automatically be last in the race. So that is that now. So you only have 4 spots to be taken up. It's people are not trying to go out, not trying to stumble and fall. So you have to think about that. But Yuki Tsunoda just misses out on Q2 with the 117.919. 17.919. Sorry. That did not come out right. 919. Russell falling closely behind. In 17th place, Nicholas Latifi 18th, and Nikita Mazepin 19th. Not last, mind you, not last. So we have that. Now you're going on to Q2. We have a DNF from Carlos Sainz. He did put in a very nice lap in Q1 of 116.649. So that would have placed him, I believe, 11th place. No. That would have placed him 9th place. Man, that would have placed him in 9th place. But unfortunately, DNF going 15th there for you. Again, we have only 4 places to be taken out. So gotta put in your best pace. Less people to go out, but still, you see Ricardo fall just a little bit there, and it is disappointing to see because we all love Ricardo. Ricardo is probably one of my favorite drivers. If you guys don't know that already, Lance Stroll falls closely behind in 12th, Kimi Räikkönen in 13th, and Giovinazzi 14th. Ferrari's staying tight, except I don't even know where Sainz and Leclerc falling pretty far behind. You got 15th and 7th. Leclerc putting in a nice lap, and so was Sainz, but unfortunately, just didn't pan out the best for him. Sebastian Vettel goes 10th, stealing. Whose seat was it? Stroll's seat, which he went 12th. Those 2 teammates. There, Alonso goes 9th, Ocon 8th, Leclerc 7th, Lando Norris 6th, Pierre Gasly 5th. Very nice quality from him, the 116.483. Sergio Perez goes 4th, Checo, very nice lap. Verstappen 3rd, Bottas 2nd, and Hamilton takes pole position with the 115.149. Very nice there. Putting it all together here at the Hungarian Budapest. Starting grid was basically the same, aside from Schumacher, who was 20th because he didn't qualify there. So, race was pretty interesting. It was a damp race, I would say. It wasn't raining; it was just damp. You know, the track was wet. I don't think it was. Yeah, as I said, I don't think it was raining throughout the race, but it was track, so it was wet. So people started on inters, and that caused a little bit of chaos in the race. First lap, first corner, it was chaotic. Lance Stroll took out he was bowling, man. Lance Stroll was bowling. He took it out. He took the ball out back way high, and then he just slid it there, and he just prayed. And he took a couple people out, and unfortunately, he took out a significant amount of people. Leclerc, Perez, Bottas, and Norris. Now Bottas had his own pair of issues as he was struggling in the front, but yeah, it was chaotic. It was kind of crazy. Now Lando Norris did manage to get a little bit out, a little bit out of that chaos, but still had a DNF. So all those guys didn't really get a race. Usually when you see DNFs, it's because, well, it's because it can either be because someone decided to go bowling with a car, an F1 car, which I think costs 18 million. Don't quote me on that, please. 18 million, give or take, a couple million. Just Daddy Stroll's money. Yeah, it's just pocket cash, pocket change. Rattling around there. Yeah, what do I want to do with this? Have some fun. Let's go bowling. I'm joking. Lance Stroll was a good driver. Lance Stroll was a good driver. Yeah, but I don't even know what I was talking about. Yeah, so that happened. Race was red flagged, and then you go on. It was still a little wet before the race restarted, so you got some inters, and then you had a bold move by Lewis Hamilton. He decided to stay out, not take tires, and it was a little bit costly for him. I'm not gonna lie. When you decide not to take tires and it's dry and you put on inters, I might do an F1 video on that when you do inters, try to race with inters on just dry surface, because that just doesn't go well ever. It's just slow. Slicks are the fastest. That's why if you want to run faster, shave your head. I'm joking. No, I'm not. Why not? But yeah. So slicks are the fastest. So shave your head, guys. Take that life advice from me. But yeah. Nikita Mazepin, when pitting, he just rear-ended. I believe it was a Alfa Romeo, because their pit boxes are kind of similar. So they were double stacking. I believe the Haas was double stacking, and he came in and just bumped the side, so his right front was done. Kind of like a bad cut, bad haircut. Just getting all these haircut references out of the way, man, it just messes you up. But Hamilton decided, well, Hamilton was able to move back up. That strategy didn't fully kill him. Verstappen didn't have the best of races. I guess just both strategy and how the cards were dealt out to him weren't the best. Russell scoring 4 points, though. Props to George for that. And I guess foreshadows what we will see to come. Pretty interesting stuff, I gotta say. So you only have 13 drivers that made it to the finish line, which was interesting. So we'll go through that, and only 13 drivers passed the finish line. Only 12 counted as finishers, I guess. I'll go into the technicality after. So Ocon finished first win and first podium, I want to say, that Esteban Ocon has received. So props to him. Very nicely done to that. I want to get it right. Hold on. To the Frenchman. Sorry, Frenchman. I wanted to say Spaniard, but I know Spaniard wasn't right. So Frenchman. So yeah, that's that. Vettel in second place on a technicality. He was DQ'd. Talk about that now. So they couldn't get a fuel sample from his car, so he was DQ'd. So it's not a DNF, it's disqualification, which I think is kind of bogus. But FIA has seemed to be making some rather questionable decisions I won't go into that detail because I'm not trying to get canceled by the FIA. Not that that might have been the worst thing in the world. There's probably worse things than getting canceled by the FIA. But yeah, it's all right. We won't be going into that today. Hamilton going second, Sainz third, Alonso fourth, Gasly fifth, Yuki Tsunoda sixth. Very nicely done from him, getting some points for the team. 19 points in total for AlphaTauri. Latifi seventh, George Russell eighth. Very nicely done. 10 points for Williams. You know that bodes well in the paddock. So Verstappen ninth, getting just 2 points, but it's all right. 2 points for the team, better than none. Yeah, Raikkonen, Kimi finishing it off with 1.10 place. Daniel Ricciardo going 11th, Schumacher 12th, and Giovinazzi 13th. So technically everyone moved up a place, and I read it like that. So yeah, Hamilton was second, Sainz was third. So I think the points system rewarded them like that, because if not, Verstappen would have been 10th, Kimi wouldn't have gotten the points, and yeah, Vettel doesn't get any points. He doesn't count as a finisher. Like essentially, he didn't finish, and he's counted equally as much as Bottas, Norris, Mazepin, or Leclerc and Stroll. So no points for the green team, Grinch's team. No, but what's it? There's Grinch because it's Christmas, y'all. But not because Florence Stroll. No, is Florence Stroll is a bad guy. No, never do that. No, not that Canadian, man. They're so nice, right? But yeah, that wraps up the race. Dang, this was August 1st, and we're in December, and I gotta get through a couple more, just a handful of episodes. So next week, Belgium Grand Prix, 3 laps, I believe it was, 1 lap. Mind you, the race was 1 lap. So we'll be talking about that, and that one will be more of a deep dive by just on technicalities of drivers and where they are, what it says, mainly on qualifying, because if you qualified well here at Spa is a track that everybody knows. Yeah, I won't talk too much about that for right now, but if you guys enjoyed, leave a like on the video, consider subscribing, and until next time, peace.